All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday, Monday morning. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Man, I pray y'all are super blessed in many, many ways. Make sure to grab your coffee from your dang market Cipher mug and take a sip, guys, because honestly, this is surreal, man. I'm gonna be honest, okay? We always expect Bitcoin to pump, you know? We expect the pumpage, baby. But when it finally happens, it's been a weird cycle, let's be honest. It has been a weird cycle. It's almost as if I'm completely desensitized to the Bitcoin price pumping, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm desensitized to the Bitcoin price pumping. Because usually in the past, you know, Bitcoin pumps and the euphoria is there. But this time, it takes a long time for the pump to happen. So here we are, $120,000 Bitcoin. Can you believe it? And I know the question everyone's asking in the chat. I'm just kidding. No one's asking this question. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. Did I sell Bitcoin on spot? Yes. I sold spot Bitcoin at 120. Why? Why did I do such a thing? Well, I've been planning to do it since I bought it under $20,000. So, $100,000 move. I took some profits, guys. I've taken some profetes. Does it mean I'm bearish on Bitcoin? No, we're going to be breaking down these charts. I think this is something big happening here. And I'm not trying to be sensational. Alright? I'm not trying to be sensational. We got to give a major shout out to everybody in the chat right now, guys. Shout out to Franco Ruiz. He says, let's go, taking profits. Shout out to Wessel, Disbelief Phase. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to FitGenius618. That's right, I need a new pair of shoes. Shout out to Dave Digital asking the question that no one's asking. Did Jason Casper sell? Yeah, I sold, man. I sold Bitcoin. I sold spot Bitcoin. Shout out to Dave Flowers. Shout out to Investment Time. Shout out to Jay getting a new set of abs for Christmas. Bro, you know it, man. My old set of abs is not the best, honestly. Let's see here. My old set of abs is not the best, bro. You could tell I'm like 17% body fat right now. Look at that fat accumulating in between the abdominals. I need whatever Drake's got. That's what I need, man. That's what I need. Shout out to Tallboy Crypto. What am I going to buy? A Lambo? No, I think with all the Bitcoin, I'm going to go to McDonald's and order as much food as possible and sit there and eat it until I need to be rushed away on a stretcher because I can no longer move. Shout out to Warren G. Shout out to Eric Tren. He's going to buy a new treadmill soon. Shout out to Joseph Guerrero. He says, Hallelujah, Jason. Praise Yah. Shout out to Stars and Squid. Shout out to Mr. McCall20. Shout out to Stairway B. Time to sell alts. I have not sold any alts. I've sold 0 altcoins. I'm hodling those altcoins for new all-time highs, baby. And I really do think that based on this Bitcoin weekly close, we are going to see an altcoin season. All right, could I be wrong? I could be wrong, man. But I'm really feeling that. Shout out to HFG. Shout out to Robert Harold. Shout out to Y. Shout out to Katrix, who says, let's go. Shout out to Jackson Crawford. Shout out to Crypto Junkie. And a major shout out to Kavadi, who says, smash the likes and easy going. What is going on, guys? God bless you all. God bless you all. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Major shout out to Alex O Crypto. What is going on, bro? God bless you, man. Are you live right now, bro? I'm sorry I've been stealing your stream time, man. Life's just been weird. I'll give it back to you soon, man. I promise. Well, I can't promise. I can't promise, but I hope to. I hope to. Shout out to Divine Hood. He says, Bitcoin looking strong. Shout out to Wessel. Shout out to Nigel. He says, I made 5,500 because of you, first time. Well, cool. I mean, it's not because of me, man. It's because of you. It's because of you. It's because of you. All right, you're the one that pushed the buys and the sells. Also, we got to give a major shout out to WEEX right now. This exchange, lowest fees on a centralized exchange, 20% deposit, $100 bonus just for signing up. Seems too good to be true. Honestly, guys, these fees are really amazing. You got to check them out. Also, guys, check out BLOFIN if you're not already trading on BLOFIN. BLOFIN is a great platform that offers coin margin trading right now. I'm currently in no positions on BLOFIN. The last position I took on BLOFIN was actually a short. I shorted Bitcoin yesterday on the 13th when I saw a local swing failure pattern of these highs here. Took a short right here at about 119.1, and actually 119. Where did I get in there? 118.8. All right. Close that thing out for a loss. All right. So I'm in no positions on BLOFIN, but BLOFIN is offering some really cool deals and prizes. So make sure to check them out. Link in the description. And I got to give a major shout to ANTARCTIC exchange, guys. Decentralized exchange. Very, very, very low fees. And if you trade on ANTARCTIC, you own the exchange. That's what's so great about the ecosystem here. It's made by traders for traders. So if you're trading on here, you get paid if someone gets liquidated. If someone has to pay a fee, you get a portion of that because we all own the exchange together. It's going to change the name of the game. Starting tomorrow, the peer-to-peer liquidity pool officially goes live. And pretty soon we'll be able to trade everything on here on a decentralized exchange using Tether, including S&P 500, gold, stocks, commodities, indices, all that stuff, like we used to on BigX, except it's completely decentralized. You keep all your own assets on your own wallet. We also got to give a shout to the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we gave the trade setups in advance, including the one you see right now. That's up $33,000 in profit. $33,000! Oh my goodness! Is the Illuminati trying to give us a signal that the top is in? Or is the Illuminati trying to give us a signal that the bottom is in and we're about to pump, baby? Also, make sure to check out the free course on my YouTube channel. And make sure, if you know how to trade but you have no money, that you check out Klein Funding. Link in the description. You can get a funded account that trades on Bybit. It's a crypto prop firm. 25 and 15% discounts on these funded accounts. You don't even need to pass a challenge to trade. On the Instant Pro account here, you get a 15% discount. All right? Make sure to check it out. And we're going to be popping right over to the Bitcoin chart, because we are seeing some very, very interesting things happening here. First of all, where are we finding resistance right now? We are finding resistance right now at exactly the 1.618 Fibonacci extension. So the place that price has come up to right now is none other than, we'll remove everything from the chart. I know you guys can't see the chart yet. Don't worry about it. We have pumped up to none other than the 1.618 Fibonacci extension from the 2018-19 bear market to the 2021 top to the 2022 bear market. We're at the 1.618 Fibonacci extension. Guys, and they say TA doesn't work, but would you look at this? All right, in price discovery mode, we are right up here rejecting from the 1.618 Fibonacci extension at about $123,000, 123.8. Pretty crazy. Our next technical target on Bitcoin right now is going to be the 1.786 Fibonacci extension at $130,000. A little bit above 130, but I always like to front run these big psychological levels. Obviously, $120,000 is a big psychological level. And also, yesterday, guys, we had our weekly candle close. Okay, we had our weekly candle close. This is huge. A big deal. All right, this is really a big deal for Bitcoin. I'll tell you why. All right, I'll tell you why. Let's take a look at the bull run. The history of this bull run thus far. Thus far, every single time that we break out of one of these sideways ranges, we end up with a very convincing weekly candle that leads to up only for the next few weeks. Right? We had it in 2022. We broke out. It was up only for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. We break out of here. It was up only for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. We break out of here in July 2023 is when we made that high, but we didn't break out until the fall. And it was up only for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks. Then we break out of here in January. We made the high, and we break out in February 2024, and it's up only for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. We break out of this high, and as soon as we close that candle, up only for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. All right, so between 4 to 6 weeks, up only after the break of the range, we have broken the range. We have closed the candle. If the pattern continues, we are going to see up only for the next few weeks. Now, keep in mind, please, up only does include some purple weeks. But in general, What I mean by up only is we continue in an uptrend and we don't ever make a lower low, right? And so here we are, breaking out, closing the weekly candle strong. We're gonna go to the 2-week. The 2-week candle, looking pretty dang juicy, man. Let's go to the monthly. That is a really nice monthly candle. Now, the thing about these monthly candles, guys, is when we look at the breakouts in the past, the monthly candles are massive, right? They are big monthly candles. And I would expect this one, we could very easily see that next target, $130,000 coming in pretty quick. That is approximately, let's see here. That's only a 6.66% move to the upside. Oh my goodness, 666. That would be crazy, man. You know, once again, it's the Illuminati. They're trying to signal to us. Bitcoin is the mark of the beast, all right? Now look, as we take a look at the lower time frames, as we take a look at the daily here, what are we seeing? In my opinion, and again, look, I've been saying this the whole time, guys. I don't mean to be super sensational, but look at the momentum. It looks really nice. Our weekly time frame on Market Cipher B looks beautiful. Our 2-day time frame on Market Cipher B looks gorgeous. We are locally invalidating bullish divergences here. I'm sorry, we're locally invalidating bearish divergences. Our 4-hour time frame, it looks great. I know we have a bearish divergence here on the 4-hour, but look at the money flow. The money flow is leading the way, and that money flow is bullish. Even our 1-hour time frame money flow is bullish. Our 24-minute money flow, I don't see any signs of bearishness on the 24-minute, guys. I really don't. It looks really good. And again, I'm not trying to be sensational here. I try and be level-headed. But overall, this is a very strong looking chart. We have broken out above key psychological resistance. We've broken out above technical resistance. We're following the pattern and the trend, which means we expect more follow through here. The weekly time frame all the way down to the 24-minute time frame looks bullish. And so therefore I have to expect more upside, right? I have to expect more upside. When all these time frames are looking pretty dang bullish, I have to expect more upside. So we know our next target's around $130,000. The fact that Bitcoin has now broken out of the range, a few things could happen here, right? Now, thing number one, we have to remember this. We've been trading in kind of this pattern here, right? This kind of channel. Now, we have not seen anything like this channel since 2015 for Bitcoin. All right, since 2015. We take a look at the 2015 chart, and let's clear all this stuff off for a second. But the last time we saw Bitcoin in a bull run, kind of trading in a channel, was back here in 2015. The past two bull runs have really just been, you know, these big voop straight up, voop straight up, voop straight up, voop straight up. We haven't seen anything really like this before, but right now we are trading within this channel, very similar to what we saw back in 2015. And a lot of people are talking about super cycles, this and that. I don't know. I'm not here to say yes. I'm not here to say no. I'm here to say that the next target right now is $130,000. But if we break out of this trend line like we did back here in 2017, maybe we see another blow off top like that. And what's interesting is, you know, if we're going to look at this, right? Because a lot of people are looking at this as saying, Jay, you know, look, they, you know, more than just like a local channel. This is like a massive channel right here, right? This is like a, look, it's so funny when we take it off log scale. But on log scale, this thing is just a massive channel, right? We're connecting these tips, we're connecting these tops, we're connecting the lows. All right. There's a few different ways to draw it, first of all. But what's interesting is if you draw it this way, the top trend line of our local channel is actually the bottom trend line of this macro channel. And we understand that we're probably looking around September, you know, for our top to come in. Would be pretty crazy to see us hit something like that, you know? Now look, this is like there's no way we'd hit the top of this trend line in this cycle. But just, you know, people who are talking about ultra bullish Bitcoin targets, this is a very interesting chart. Okay, now this is just what if. All right, this ain't no real analysis. Let's look at some other interesting levels. We're gonna look at some other very interesting levels here. We could connect this, and we could connect this, and see also we have another channel here. And this one, I'd say, is a potential like moonshot target, maybe realistic, depending on what happens here. But look at this. If we take our Fibonacci extension tool from the bear market, where were we pulling that from? The bear market to the bull market to the bear market. We were looking at the fact that where were we seeing that? I got to get to my other chart. Give me 1 second here. Here we go. What were we looking at yesterday, guys, where we saw a perfect confluence right around 150, right around that fall time? I forget, so now I'm making myself look like a fool, but that's okay. I am a fool. I'm just a crypto YouTuber on a treadmill. I don't really know anything. I don't really know anything. But I could have sworn that we saw some crazy thing on the chart yesterday when we were looking at this analysis together. But I guess not. I guess not. Well, we definitely did. I'll have to go back and watch my own live stream from yesterday just to figure out what I was looking at, because it was a very interesting level. Man, but they say TA doesn't work, and look at how we respect this level like crazy. And our next major target, man, $130,000, perfect confluence with this trend line right here. So as long as Bitcoin is holding right now above our previous range high, which is basically around $112,000, I believe this gives altcoins room to really pump. Room to really pump. Now remember, we were looking at the altcoin season index, and we were saying, man, if ever it's been a good time to buy altcoins, it's right around now. And look at this. You know, we're moving out of that altcoin accumulation phase, where as long as this line is below -25 on the index, this is the time to be accumulating altcoins. We're starting to break out of this and actually make a higher high. We're breaking out of this consolidation pattern, showing that altcoins are likely to get a big pump. And when we look at the altcoin charts, understanding that the order of operations is first Bitcoin needs to make a new high this summer, which it did, which is great. I'm so happy Bitcoin made the high this summer and we didn't have a bearish summer. All right, but now when we look at these charts, when we look at ETH, for example, this is literally the most bullish ETH chart I think I've ever seen in my life. Again, I'm not trying to be sensational here, guys, but you have to understand the context. Bitcoin is at new all-time highs. Bitcoin is making new cycle highs. And ETH got a dip down into the bear market price zone. Now, as ETH dips down, we have confirmed on Market Cipher B a green dot confirmed in June below the zero line. Okay, this signal never happens in a bull market ever. It happens at the bottom of a bear market. So when you have a bear market bottom signal during a bull run, you expect big follow through. Okay, now again, I think, look, we're basically back inside the middle of this triangle. Our target right now is $4,000 ETH, another $1,000 move. Why? Because we came above 2,700. We've been saying it for a long time because ever since May, I've been saying we reclaim 2,700. We get sucked up to $4,000 because we're coming back inside the fair value zone where the probabilities are highest. A reclaim of 2,700 pushes up to 4,000. Now, when we're coming up to 4,000, What does that mean? It means we're breaking out of this multi-year resistance, right? You break a multi-year resistance, you expect some follow-through. You expect some real follow-through. And when we take a look at some of the targets that we have for ETH, and even if we just zoom out at this and realize, wow, this is basically like a giant bull flag that's taken years, right? Let's pull a fib, low to high to low, right? We can see that we have some very interesting targets here. Our 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension is going to be a $5,500 Ethereum. Our 1.618, where Bitcoin's currently at right now, is going to be around an $8,500 Ethereum. And then our 2-to-1 Fibonacci extension is going to be a $10,000 ETH. So I say we have some technical targets here to be looking for on ETH. Once we reclaim 4,000, we're looking at 5.5. We're looking at 8.5. And for a moonshot, we're looking at 10. All right. Now, I know there's some people saying $20,000 ETH this cycle. There's also people saying ETH is dead. The way I like to look at it is, guys, expect less and be happy with more. Don't expect more and then be let down holding a bag because you were expecting a $20,000 ETH and we only came up to 8,500. You didn't take any profits, and now you're holding this bag back down. You don't want to be that guy. All right. But let's just for example's sake here. All right, let's just do a little experiment here. We're gonna take the measured move of this triangle on ETH and just see where we could potentially go. All right, so the technical breakout of this triangle is perfect confluence with our 1.618 Fibonacci. So I'd say, all things considered here, we have multiple factors pointing to the $8,500 target for ETH. Pretty juicy if you ask me. And here's the thing. Usually during a bull run, people are making these moonshot targets when momentum's topped out, right? Previous cycles, we've seen momentum looking bearish like this, right? And people are saying, oh yeah, this is just the beginning. We have never ever seen momentum bottomed out like this, oversold ETH in a bull run, the number 2 market cap coin, oversold, and we have not seen that. In my opinion, this rip is just getting started, man. Look at the 2-month on ETH. Let's go to the Coinbase chart so we can see more history. All right, I know a lot of people are bearish on ETH, so I'm coming out on a limb here. I'm taking a risk with my bullish stance. But look at this, man. Okay? We are seeing something, in my opinion, that's super bullish. We're seeing the green dot printing on the 2-month time frame. The last time we saw something like this close to the 0 line, it did give us a big pump. But we are seeing basically the bear market bottom. We've made a higher high. We've officially changed market structure. Now we've made a higher low into key support. All right, we've already changed the market structure here. And we're seeing this continuation pattern on our 2-month time frame. Guys, the high time frames, they do not lie. And if this time it just so happens to lie, this will be the first time ever. Honestly. Right? I mean, you get these things, this green dot on in 2019, this began the bull run. Right? The monthly green dot, this began the bull run. We came down to make a slightly lower low. No, actually, we didn't even make a lower low. We didn't even make a lower low. The low was in once this green dot printed here. The low was in once the green dot printed. And the reason why we got this big dump right here is because of the COVID-19 shutdowns, right? If not for that, we would have just seen the green dot confirm and then whoop, straight up. So the fact that now we're not in a bear market, because remember, this was a bear market. Right? This is the bottom of the bear market. We're in a bull run. Things are looking pretty good to me. And again, we've looked at the altcoin index. We're saying, okay, everything we want to see happening is happening. Bitcoin has broken the range in the summer. The altcoin index has given us the buy signal. And the charts themselves are looking almost like too bullish. You know, and again, like I said, I am not trying to be sensational. I do not want to make anybody FOMO into an asset here. I'm coming at this from a place of where I'm literally financially invested in ETH. It's my second biggest holding besides Bitcoin. And so I'm excited to take profits at these targets that I've got, right? I'm excited to take profits at the targets. Now, Cardano, man, oh my goodness. Sleeping giant of an asset. Sleeping giant of an asset. All right. Sleeping giant. I'm telling you. Look at Cardano. Oh, man. I'm excited for this. Why am I so excited for Cardano? Well, let's look at the chart. The pump has not begun yet, but it looks like it's about to. It really looks like it's about to. We have ourselves a beautiful bottom right here, where as the price is getting lower, the momentum wave, the money flow on the weekly is getting higher, strangely resembling Sam Bankman-Fried's crooked man boobs. All right, we've got the boobs getting higher, the money flow getting higher. We take the picture of SBF, we put it on the chart, we line it up, the resemblance is striking. Wow. You know, the good old-fashioned uneven butt cheek pattern, right? Juicy on the left, skinny on the right. Again, you just take the cheeks, pop them on over, give them a good little stretch in the gluteus maximi, and boom, the resemblance is striking. Then what do? We get a big pump. We change market structure. This is so key. We had the last lower high of the bear market. We make a higher high. Then we come down and make a higher low, coming right into key Fibonacci support. All right. We're building context as to why this is so bullish. We come down, we bounce literally right from our golden pocket 786. Then we make another higher high. And then we come down and we get another bounce right from key Fibonacci support. Not only are we bouncing again from key Fibonacci support, but if we take a look at what we're seeing here, we're actually seeing hidden bullish divergences locally on Cardano here, right? Now, we also have ourselves a cup and handle. I mean, just the most basic of all kind of technical analysis right here. We've got ourselves a cup. We've got ourselves a handle. And this handle, in my opinion, is a kind of a bullish falling wedge pattern. All right. Which, in my opinion, when we break out, we're going to hit our target of around $5 first. Right? Take it from here to the neckline. Put it up. We're coming up towards that $5 target. We're taking out our all-time high. Things are looking pretty good. And again, this is all based on the context of the entire crypto market. It's not just based on the Cardano chart. I wouldn't be as bullish necessarily. But we are coming right now to this trend line, and a flip of this trend line from resistance into support, in my opinion, is going to be crazy. In fact, some would argue we've already broken it. Depends on how you want to draw this, right? If you want to draw it like this, you could say we've already broken out and gotten a back test. So yeah, I'd say like good targets for Cardano. First of all, just right now, shooting for our previous all-time high. You know, there's 7 times more upside potential on Cardano right now than downside potential if our local low is in here and we're just basing it on our market structure. We just base this on our market structure. There's 7 times more upside than downside for Cardano right now if we're just shooting for our previous all-time high, right? If we're shooting for a $5 Cardano, there's 13 times more upside than downside right now with this. So we could see this thing rip, man. That's a 500% gain, a little bit more than a 500% gain. We could absolutely see this thing rip, man. Take a look at Chainlink. This is my plan for Chainlink here. Same deal with Chainlink. I mean, we have our bear market range. Bullish divergences forming. We start to make higher highs, higher lows, back testing key support. Then we come down right here to support. So here's the main thing for Chainlink. It doesn't take a genius or a rocket scientist just to see the basic fact that the level that we're at right now, that $10 Chainlink, this has been support since November 2020, man. So even if we're just trading like this sideways range here, from where we're at right now, there's 3 times more upside than downside. To come to an all-time high, there's 4 times more upside than downside, even getting in right here. I mean, I really think a lot of these altcoins, you know, the pump hasn't happened yet. And when you're dealing with strong top 20 market cap coins like Ethereum, like Cardano, like Solana, like Chainlink, like XRP, I can't imagine a world where these things don't pump. And just based on the chart, these are strong assets fundamentally and technically. It's like the risk to rewards on these are really good right now. You know? Now let's say Chainlink, we could pump up to 75 bucks, which I do think is that's a conservative target. That's just 42% higher than last all-time high. So it's conservative. It's still an 8 times more upside than downside potential here. I think this is a really nice chart because we have this support down here at this support here is $9. Let's just say $9.50. It's like, as long as we don't lose $9.50, this is a beautiful chart, right? Because this is our support resistance flip. Anything under $9.50, that's bear market price zone, you know. But holding above here, as long as we're pretty close to this level, the upside potential is really something great, in my opinion. All right. Steak Sauce never saw me looking at channels 3 to 6 months ago. Well, look, this is some high time frame analysis stuff, right? I'm usually more of a low time frame analysis guy, but we have switched into price discovery mode. All right, we have switched into price discovery mode. What's my opinion on AVAX? I mean, I think the AVAX chart looks absolutely juicy. I think the AVAX chart looks absolutely juicy, man. Look, we got to shout out the Casper crew, man. This trade setup that we gave is absolutely crushing it right now. We gave 2 trade setups that hit to the dang dollar that you see right here. And, man, profits are juicy. In fact, we have a VIP stream where we're going to be looking for low time frame setups, live trading coming up soon. Check it out, jasoncaspertrading.com. Also, check out WEEX and their $100 sign-up bonus, their 20% cash back, super low fees. Check out Klein funding, guys. If you don't have capital but you know how to trade, 15% discount on their Instant Pro funded prop firm account. It runs on Bybit. It's a crypto prop firm that runs on Bybit. 15% discount. You don't have to pass the challenge. If you do want to pass the challenge, 25% discount. You can customize your drawdown. You can customize your profit split. All right, link in the description. Coupon code's in the description. But yeah, AVAX I think is a very juicy chart. So again, none of this is financial advice, guys. I do hold AVAX. I do hold Chainlink. I hold Solana. But look at AVAX, okay? Even if we see AVAX coming down to 68 cents, guys. I mean, imagine this. If AVAX comes down to 68 cents, there's still 7 times more upside than downside. And when you're looking for an asset to buy, you're looking for it on risk to reward ratio, right? If you're not basing your investment on risk to reward ratio, upside potential versus downside potential, you're kind of gambling, because what this does is it gives you a very clear, how much money am I risking? How much am I looking to make, right? So assuming even a 96% drop from here, which is crazy, there's still a potential 700% pump upside to the previous all-time high. Now, assuming we don't lose $12, there's a 23 times more upside than downside. Now, if we hit a new all-time high for AVAX, let's say a $200 AVAX, right? We're going to keep it conservative here. 200, that's only about 36% higher than our previous all-time high, all right? We're talking a 30% more upside than downside, all right? You put $1,000 on here, you're either losing 1,000 or making 30 grand, all right? It's a good risk to reward ratio. You put $1 on here, you lose $1 or you make 32. You put $100 on here, either lose 100 or make 3 grand, right? So the risk reward is good. And when we look at market Cipher B, let's go to the weekly time frame. again, we're seeing a lot of good signs here. We are seeing bullish divergences on our weekly time frame as we're coming down to the bottoms. We have changes of market structure. We have local bullish divergences here on the weekly time frame at key support. Now remember, we're at key support. This box I've drawn on the chart has been our support resistance flip since 2021. It's, in a way, and anything's possible, but how probable is it that we're going to make lower lows here and lose this box? It's the probabilities are low. The probabilities are low. We have bullish signs where we see bullish market structure. We're holding support, right? Once we break out at 55 bucks, I think it's a blue sky breakout on this thing. And again, the context is it's the last few months of the bull market. Bitcoin has broken out of the range in the summer, which is very bullish. The altcoin season index is showing us money is starting to flow into altcoins. And these altcoin charts are looking extremely oversold, bottomed out, bullish divergent, all that, right? So again, nothing's guaranteed here. But all signals point to a big crypto pump, man. Nothing's guaranteed, but these charts are looking good, in my opinion. You know? Shout out to Fit in Crypto. He's fit and he's into crypto. That's cool. That's basically what this channel is all about, you know? Just some low intensity, steady state cardio while we talk about crypto. Should we look at Crow? Take a look at Crow. If you're jacked in your YouTube picture, man, make a request. All right, we'll get you. We'll get it up here. All right. Remember, the Casper crew is the most jacked trading community in the world. This thing is an interesting. What the heck? Wow. So look, I don't really know much about Kronos. In Greek, Kronos means time. So we get the word chronology from. Chronological order. Kronos. However you say that. I don't know. I'm not Greek. But, let's check out Market Cipher B. Okay, we got a trigger wave on the monthly. I wish we had some better bull div here. So we do have a bull div at the low. We've changed into bullish market structure. Unfortunately, we've been unable to really break out of this resistance here. But let's just look at upside potential. So we're talking, if we hit the all-time high, that's like an 800% move. I don't necessarily see like a good entry point here. That's the problem. And it doesn't look as good as these other charts do, to be honest with you. But let's just look at risk to reward here. Assuming all-time high is 12 times more reward than risk. All right. Actually, I'd say maybe 13.5 times more reward than risk here. We take it off log scale, we can really see the potential upside that's here. You know, it doesn't look as good as these other charts, but objectively speaking, it's a good risk to reward, right? Again, I don't know much about Kronos, but a break of this trend line is obviously going to signal more upside right here, which currently is going to be around 30 cents. Yeah, break of that trend line. We've got the high volume node. So we'd want to see something probably like this. A breakout, a bull flag right around 40 cents, and then pump. But yeah, if we just hit our high volume node here, then it's still 4 times more reward than risk. Yeah, so objectively speaking, like, it's an asset that you would be interested in buying if you know about the fundamentals and all this, because I don't. All right, the only thing I know about Kronos is that it means time in Greek, right? So that's all I really know, man. Okay. We got to give a major shout out to our super chat. Risk to reward, unlimited check, gamble, It's called Gamble. It's a sports stock. Oh my goodness, man. I don't know anything about that, but shout out to the Video Kingdom. Thoughts on Render. All right, we'll look at our Oh my goodness. It is unlimited risk reward, man. But I don't know. Okay, look, this is very gambly, man. Like, I don't know. Like, it's called Gamble. So if you're looking to gamble, all right. Now, here, look, I'm not a proponent of gambling most of the time, especially with leverage trading. But here's where I am a proponent of gambling, okay? If there's an asset that you have done your research on, okay? It's called Gamble, all right? But if there's an asset that you have done your research on, and there's a reason to expect a pump, all right? Fundamentally, and it is bought down to the point where it's bottomed out. This has been literally bottomed out since March 2024, over a year. The upside potential, guys, is 2 million times more upside than downside. If you put $1 into this, you either lose your dollar or make $2 million, okay? In an instance like this, and I'm not telling you to do this, but if you find assets with crazy risk to rewards, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna throw $100, I'm gonna throw $1,000 in here, because, you know, worst case scenario, I lose it, right? You find a $100 bill on the ground, it's a great day, right? But if you find a $100 bill on the ground, you're like, cool, $100, but if you lose it, it's like, oh, that sucks, but not a big deal, right? I mean, you put $100 into this thing, and it just so happens to go to its all-time highs. I mean, you're retiring, right? So, like, you know, I'm just gonna put that out there. All right, I don't recommend doing this. I don't know. It's called Gamble, so you know, not financial advice. All right, let's check out for our good friend Video Kingdom Render. On Coinbase. All right, so we have a little bit of local bull div here. I don't have any real sign of strength on this asset because we haven't even changed market structure at all, right? The first real sign of strength is coming up above $5.60. We need to see that for a real change of structure and then look to long a pullback. We want to see that rounded bottom form. Because right now there's no real sign of strength on it, to be honest. Besides the bull divs down here, you could look, there is a way I could see that you would say, well, Jay, we have had a change of market structure because we made a higher high, now we're making a higher low. I could see that as well. We have a continuation pattern. So a more aggressive entry on your spot play would be stop under the low. And if we target the all-time highs, that is a 7-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Right, so assuming the low is in right now, we've got a 7 times more upside than downside potential, just shooting for that high. Check out our daily time frame here. Okay, money flow coming up on the daily. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look amazing. It doesn't look bad, but given the context of the market, it is likely to pump, right? Shout out to Acto4. Can you check out TARS AI? Yeah, we'll do it real quick. TARS AI. Well, what do we say about it? It's tough. It's tough. it doesn't really have much structure or anything to really go off of. I don't know. I don't know. You'd really have to just basically, if you're fundamentally bullish on this, you look at this as a giant liquidity grab. And, you know, the chart does have some bullish divergence here. You know, I don't have much to say about it. I'm really sorry. There's really not much to say. There's not any real market structure. There's not any real history. Essentially, you're assuming a big breakout on this thing. You know, back to the all-time highs of 400% pump. You know, let's say we go up to $2. That's a 30 to 1 risk reward right now. So yeah, if you're bullish on it fundamentally, even just to the all-time high, 5 to 1 risk reward. We do have some bullish money flow here. There are some bullish factors here. Just make sure to use good risk management if you're going to be going in on this thing. All right. All right. Shout out to Jason Clark and shout out to Jackson Crawford for the super chats. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we don't have time to do any more altcoins because I have a VIP live stream in the Casper crew right now. So we're going to be going over our Bitcoin low time frame analysis, looking for those juicy trade setups live as New York opens. Exciting times. So we're going to be picking up over in the Casper crew VIP. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.